Hey, what's up, guys? It's Randall from OddsJam here, back with you to show you how to use the positive EV page on OddsJam, as well as how you can receive notifications when the closing line value is worse with Pinnacle than what you previously bet. So, just to explain a couple of things here about positive EV betting. All right, it's a mathematical approach to sports betting, and this number that you see right here, um, called the OddsJam Perfect Line, is actually Pinnacle. So these lines are directly from Pinnacle, which is the sharpest book in the world. So as you can see here, this game is tomorrow, South Florida against Wyoming. South Florida is plus 8.5. Wyoming is minus 8.5. Pinnacle, if you want to take South Florida on Pinnacle, you would have to lay $127 to win 100. However, you can take that same bet on WinBet at minus 110. Over here is a calculator that you can click, and it will show you what the win percentage is of taking South Florida plus 8.5 minus 110 in comparison to Pinnacle. You can also adjust your settings over here with this little gear tab for your bankroll when you're doing plus EV betting. So this is telling me that I should bet approximately $53 on this particular bet based on my bankroll. I prefer to actually flat bet, so I don't usually pay much attention to this, but that is one feature you can use as well. Another thing that I like to focus on is the market width. So I want to talk to you about that here. You can see that in this particular example, it's about, well, it's 20 cents, minus 127 plus 107. Here, you can see that it's 36 cents. So although Ball State plus 194 on the money line is considered a profitable play, this market width is a little bit too wide for my liking. I like to focus anywhere from, say, 15 to 25 cents kind of being the limit. Another thing that's very cool about OddsJam is, for those of you that are into player props, you can also find plus EV player props as well. So in this instance, Joe Burrow over under 21.5 completions. The under is minus 134 on Pinnacle. You can get that same line at Caesars for plus 100. Now, I will caution you, player props are limited at Pinnacle. So $250 is the max that you can put on player props. So if you're betting player props, you could see a lot more variance. But if you have a system or you find success betting player props, you might be able to use this to help you, make better bets when it comes to player props. Just kind of scrolling down through here, like I said, you can see the different offerings. I mean, you've got first half spreads. Again, you've got some more player receptions. You've got the first half here on the Vikings Rams. I actually like to focus on the main markets and the player props. So I actually turn this off. You can see this definitely lowers the number of opportunities that you have. Let me change my state here real quick, back to New Jersey. So you can see the number of opportunities are much, smaller than what they were whenever we had the player props and alternate markets turned on. But, Oklahoma, Oregon here, this is a good example. Under 59, minus 106 plus 108, to take the under 59 is considered profitable. Here, the under 58 is considered profitable, plus 108 on Pinnacle. You can get plus 123. This is just a 23-cent difference. So this would be one that I would definitely look to play. I will caution you with the plus EV betting and all of the COVID that is going on. I would not probably suggest betting these games well in advance. One tip that I can give for the plus EV page is to bet these games as close to the time they start as you possibly can, just to give you a little bit of a better edge and allow for money to come in at the Pinnacle Sportsbook to determine where the actual sharp bettors are. So Brigham Young Liberty tomorrow, basketball game, over under 130.5, minus 137. You can get that same line at WinBet minus 110. It's got about a 55% chance of winning. So this would be considered a profitable bet. Again, I would look at this probably tomorrow, closer to game time, see if it's still on here. And then the last thing I want to show you is you can actually add these bets to your bet tracker. So if we're going to take South Florida and say you were going to bet $110, you can save that. And then when you hop over here to the bet tracker, you can see all of your bets that you've placed. So last night, I placed a bet on the Pistons plus 13.5. You can see I got minus 110. The closing line at Pinnacle was minus 126. So this was a profitable bet all the way until the end. One this morning, Saints plus 3.5, minus 130 on FanDuel. Right now, it's minus 142 on Pinnacle. So it was actually minus 154 when I took it. So this line is actually moving against me a little bit. But the cool feature here with OddsJam is you can actually turn on notifications to get alerts when the line you have is worse than the closing line value. So if this bet were to ever drop below minus 130 on Pinnacle, it will send me an alert letting me know. And then I have the option to let the bet ride or cash it out. So you can see here, I've put this bet in South Florida plus 8.5. Odds are minus 110. The closing line value will pop up here in just a little bit. But that's kind of a summary on plus EV betting, how you can use the tools at OddsJam to become a profitable sports bettor and make more mathematical profitable wagers. Thanks for watching, guys.